I think we might see the return of the porn stash. I feel it longing for my upper lip once again, reaching out with its hairy tendrils. Nothing about that's good, is it, Pepe? All right, let's start the show. I don't know where I get these things from. Yes. Welcome. If you're here live with the fam, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to be here on the Inside Star Citizen Review. The one, the only, the original. Actually, it's not the only anymore. We have a lot of impersonators out there. We have a lot of people trying to do what we do, but they're doing it badly. Aren't they, Pepe? Yes, they are. Very badly. We saw them. We could barely digest it. It's horrible. It's nothing like this. Hi, I'm DG360, and I will be your host tonight. We are going to be watching something called Expanse Glance. Now, this initially made me think of, they're going to talk about the environment, everything that's coming down the way, possibly some pyro. You know, they're going to throw in like some eye candy here. This could be a very high eye candy octane show. I'm looking forward to this. As you know, I watch these for the first time with you guys. I don't view these ahead of time. So these are all my reactions and my opinions, and I'm entitled to them because they come from my brain. I do not apologize for anything. This is who I am. And if you're okay with that, then chill out and have a good time. If you're not, chill out and have a good time. Nobody's stopping you but yourself. And that's sad. So let's watch and let's see what there is to see, shall we? Yes, let us do that. Don't spoil me. Wait. Wait, where's the Cash, don't put a giant wet blanket on this. Okay, listen, if this show is horrible, listen, Cash just threw a wet blanket right at the very front of the show. Cash, I know you're trying to help us all, but listen to me. If it is horrible, who makes it better? Who makes it better? This is why you come here. Don't ever... Listen, you have to stay here and watch it here. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look, I'm doing the Jared hands, okay? I'm doing the Jared hands, so you know I'm serious. Okay, he's... Okay, all right. Thank you, Cash.
In our last episode of the quarter, we wanted to mix things up and take a sneak peek ahead at something coming your way while we're out on hiatus. It's the next concept ship from industrial powerhouse MISC and the first dedicated refinery craft of its kind. Let's take a look.
We've got quite a few ships already in the MISC manufacturer lineup. You have the Prospector, you have the Starfarer, Hull series, but we wanted to have dedicated entry-level ship into the refining gameplay career for ship owners. The MISC Expanse fills a great hole in the gameplay loop of the entire mining refining cycle, because currently you go out to the far reaches of space, you mine some rocks, you fill up your capacity, then you yourself have to trek all the way back to a grain station or somewhere like that to refine, and then you have to trek all the way back to go continue mining, whereas the Expanse can be the middleman where you take on board.
Man, is this a MISC ship? Man, this looks like instead of taking Xi'an tech, which they normally do, this looks like they took a page out of the Vanduul book. This looks like MISC just went, fuck the Xi'an. We're going to go ahead and we are with the nutsack. So we're nixing out the large dildo shape and we're just going straight to the nutsack. Is that what you're saying, Wookstree? Ooh, detachable containers. Detachable containers. I think we need to do a song about detachable containers. Ooh. Oh, shaft all the time, says Wux. Yeah, it almost has in a weird way, and I don't know if it's because I'm seeing a little bit of red in it, but it almost has like a Vandal kind of thing going on. And I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm getting a little bit of like a Vandal vibe for some reason.
Mined goods, you processes it, and then you can either sell it yourself or you can transfer it back to a cargo ship and they complete the whole gameplay loop. The Expanse is the starter ship in the sort of refinery tier. We have refineries on other ships such as the Starfarer, but they're more specialised into purely doing fuel, where the Expanse has a bonus over them. Is it has what we call reactors on them, and at a very simplistic level, one reactor is one refinery process, and the Expanse has 6 of them on board.
It looks like a Prospector Bank of Mandalorian Greaser, Chris.
Potentially do 6 entirely different refinery processes simultaneously, or for maximum output, you can do 6 of all the same type and really.
Wow, 6 different refinery processes at the same time. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness. That's some sexiness. I'm digging that. Yeah. Yes.
You sort of improve your bandwidth, so to speak, of refinery. We picked MISC because it sort of fits that industrial aesthetic.
You've got the rounded front nose of the ship, but then what you'll notice is you've got the not massive, but you've got the big shoulders, and that's also on the Starfarer, and so we wanted to keep that. So it's sort of basically big airflow, big intakes, straight to an engine, and then back out. When people look at the back, there are certain visual elements there that you'll see that are common throughout the ship manufacturers. You know, it's sort of the ball engine almost, very sort of defined fins that surround that spherical engine.
Yeah, when you saw 2 cockpits, you were looking at 2 of them, 2 of the Expanses lined up with one another. Jilted asked, why did I see 2 cockpits? And that's only because they lined up 2 Expanses side by side. So that was just an optical illusion that you saw there, Jilted.
And also, the other sort of main feature is the 8 pods. There are 4 on either side. It really gives this ship a unique look and silhouette. And there's no mistaking this ship. People might be familiar already with sort of MISC interiors are generally sort of a letterbox.
They are really working out the industrial ships. I got to give them credit. We're going to be having the Vulture. We talked about the concept of the Odyssey. Now we're talking about the Expanse here. They're really focusing on industrial based ships, and I really appreciate that. Architect says if they try to price this over 150, they are kidding themselves. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I would say anything. I would say you're probably going to see a higher price tag than that. From what I've been seeing lately out of Cloud Imperium Architect, I can almost guarantee you they're gonna price it up above 150. That's just my guess.
Kind of viewpoint, it's very widescreen.
Listen, the way they've been selling things lately, look at that cutty steel, for fuck's sake. Look at what they did with that cutty steel, man. Like here's the thing. I'm smelling right now in this part of the game that they're getting a little cash hungry. Man. They're starting to, and they better be careful about that because it's going to put a bad taste in our mouths. It's going to put a bad taste in our mouths.
You've got that basically when you're sat in the pilot
right, sir.
seat.
I like what Sir says.
Your instrumentation laid out in front of you. It's all quite sleek, holographic. It's still sort of quite compact because it is a one-man ship.
Oh, it's a one-man ship. Okay.
Leading.
So they're saying it's a one-man ship. So I don't think we're going to see the $300 price tag that Death is saying. But I bet they're going to try and squeeze this to 2. I bet they're going to try and squeeze this to 2 or a little above 200. I bet. I put my money on it. The way I've been seeing things priced lately.
From the cockpit, it will take you into just a small living section.
Yeah, it looks.
So bed, locker, that kind of stuff. And then progressing to the rear of the ship is just a really small sort of like operations room, basically, where you can interface with the refinery section. And there's a little window there, and you can sort of see through into the gubbins, and you'll have a little bit of a display that you'll be able to do some of your interaction with. It's split level, so to get
possibly
out of the
jilted,
ship, basically you'll enter into a really sort of compact and bijou lift, or an elevator.
I love how excited Paul gets.
That'll take you down to the lower floor. Jared, you might want to call it the ground floor, and then outside down a ramp, basically. So quite small. I mean, I think the ship is going to be kind of cool. I mean, obviously it's a niche role, and it's not going to appeal to every player. But I think as a ship and as an owner, I think people are really going to like it. I think they're probably going to sort of really start to gel with it. It's got a lot of personality, I would say, and I hope that people will enjoy what it does, but B will also sort of enjoy the visuals of the ship and just flying around in it and just having that sort of one-man support experience.
The MISC Expanse is the first dedicated refinery ship for Star Citizen, an ideal place for beginners looking to start making their way in this career, intended partner of the Prospector mining vehicle, and you can learn more about it in the coming weeks on the robertsspaceindustries.com website.
When we give you sticker shock.
Alpha 317 is right around the corner, so here's a look at many of the new features, updates, and bug fixes on their way with the patch report. Let's start things off with the big mammer jammer, the main event, the headliner, ship-to-ship player refueling.
Yeah.
This new support profession makes its debut in the upcoming Alpha 317.
I'm so excited what I'm seeing. Just as a trader and as industrialist, kind of on that side of the gameplay, because I love PvP, but I also love this style of gameplay too. And being able to price your fuel at whatever you want, awesome. Giving the power to the player, awesome. Like, that really needs to happen a lot. And people that are screaming like, this is terrible, this is terrible, people are going to gouge me. Well, if you're getting fueled out in the middle of the black of space, in the expanse of space, pun intended, then expect to pay whatever these people are going to sell it to you for, to get you the fuck out of your situation that you're in. So I like this. I like this kind of trade PvP, as it were. Being able to set your own price is always nice.
With a new and exciting user interface allowing players to fuel up their Starfarer and Starfarer Geminis.
That's the best thing I've seen in a long time.
Make an agreement for type of fuel and price, hook up using the docking interface you may already be familiar with, and then don't forget to manage the flow properly. This step is the crucial difference between a satisfied customer and an unfortunate repair.
Oh, shit.
Now, ship-to-ship refueling arrives along with a rebalancing of fuel efficiencies and the removal of temporary...
So there's going to be some type of repair gameplay there as well, where you're going to have to float out there and repair the fueling arm, which is cool. We also are seeing a lot of, like, last week's Inside Star Citizen review was awesome, seeing that salvage gameplay. That was freaking amazing. So, a lot of people were underselling this year and saying, well, nothing's going to happen because everybody's focusing on Squadron 42 and nothing's going to happen with the PU. Well, that's bullshit. We already see it. We're seeing it in the ship concepts coming out. We're seeing it in the industrial gameplay, the UI they're showing us for refueling, salvaging. I mean, like, everything they're showing us so far is fantastic. Absolutely awesome.
Temporary fuel scoops from many spacecraft to change life in the verse from this point forward.
Yeah, right.
But Disco, that's not the biggest feature in Alpha 317, you may be saying. Who are you, my boss? I'm talking about my boss. Maybe the biggest feature of Alpha 317 is the dynamite combination of loot generation updates and selling, where a wide array of new items, some formerly found in shops, some from the depths of Star Citizen's history, and some entirely brand new to the Precision Universe, can now be discovered during your travels, and then, along with a huge selection of items and resources you're already familiar with, now successfully be sold to vendors, allowing you finally to find your fates and fortunes while foraging the fantastic, fabled frontiers of favor and finance.
And we talked about this. We talked about selling on the kiosks now, which is really awesome. So you're going to be able to sell. They talked about the breakdown and how they're going to introduce that. I'm really looking forward to Quantum being introduced in 3.17 and seeing how that's going to interact. That's going to be fun to see the actual what it's going to do, what the algo is going to do, if it's going to simulate demand, if it's going to simulate actual supply and demand. Granted, it's going to be tier 0. I'm not expecting a lot out of it, but I'm very curious to see what effect it's going to have on economic gameplay. I know a lot of traders out there are really looking forward to that. So again, it's turning out to be already an amazing year.
I'm gonna get fired. Or maybe the biggest news of Alpha 3.17 is the first integration
like a really nice
of Quantum
UI where you can
things
set
under
up
the hood,
transactions between each other rather than just the Mo trader.
Not all at first,
Great cash.
will now be controlled by the massive simulation bunderkin we've been talking about for some time. It's exciting times.
Whoa, I got to rewind that. I got to play that back. Thanks, Fried. Thanks for that subscription, bro. Appreciate your support, man. Really appreciate your support. Let me go back to that. I want to go back to that real quick here.
Successfully be sold to vendors, allowing you finally to find your fates and fortunes while foraging the fantastic, fabled frontiers of favor and finance.
That's okay, Fry. Don't worry, dude.
I'm gonna get fired. Or maybe the biggest news of Alpha 3.17 is the first integration of Quantum running things under the hood, where the prices of several commodities, not all at first, will now be controlled by the massive simulation bunderkin we've been talking about for some time.
Oh.
It's exciting times ahead.
Oh, it's getting
also
better.
in Alpha 3.17 are a host of new additions and updates for medical gameplay, including the arrival of Maria Pure of Heart in Lorville, new space station clinic variations on stations throughout the Stanton system,
Right,
and
Warhead?
balance adjustments and bug fixes to bleeding out,
Good.
insta-death,
Good-ish, maybe. I have to experiment with what they're talking about
injury
there.
occurrence,
Yes, good. Okay, good. Good.
player status not persisting through logging,
All right.
hunger and thirst decay rates,
Good.
and getting a crime stat for ramming your corpse. Yes, you may now ram your corpse as often as you like, penalty-free. We've also got DNA head updates to your player faces that look better than ever before
slow-mo.
with improved.
We want a slow-mo on ramming the corpse part? Okay, hold on. Pepe, they want a slow-mo. Can we get slow-mo time? Slow-mo time.
Getting a crime stat for ramming your corpse. Yes, you may now ram your corpse as often as you like. Penalty free.
Thank you. That has been slow-mo time. Thank you, everybody. Wanted slow-mo time. We got that. That's a little section of the show. We call slow-mo time. That's just what happens.
We've also got DNA head updates to your player faces that will look better than ever before with improved textures and, you guessed it, moist eyeballs. There's also the FPS weapon animation refactor, where the procedural animations that occur as you run, jump, idle, or just look badass while using the latest from Castec Arms should now feel more natural and aesthetically pleasing. New turret acceleration models so they don't instantly jump to max speed and give the player whiplash anymore. IFCS quality of life changes, fixes to cluster missiles, ground vehicle signature emission changes, and more that you can learn all about when the patch notes come out.
What's up, Limitless?
Mining gadgets, the latest improvement to mining gameplay that allows players to tackle those asteroids that were previously a bit too volatile.
Dude, there is so much gameplay being added here. There is so many new mechanics being added right now. Like, I laugh my ass off. We talked about this last week. Wow, everybody bitching. Oh, there's not enough gameplay. There's not enough gameplay. There's no gameplay loops. Blah, blah, blah. Just playing with your mates, man. It's enough.
I'm warning you.
Wooks! Whoa, Wooks, look at you, buddy.
Next time, it's gonna be glass.
Thank you, Wooks. Gifting out 5 subs. What a man. That's some serious support. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, like, when you start to see people say, oh, there's not a lot of gameplay being added, or there's not any gaming content, man, just laugh in people's faces. Just laugh in their faces.
Or change a variety of circumstances to better suit your loadout and intent when out in the cold wastes, just you and your big rocks. Cloud Tech also takes another step forward on Hurston, as the planet is next in line to get a little bit of shade from the sun in the Stanton system.
Thanks. They're done by our very own anarchy.
Alpha 317 also brings with it the long-awaited Hull A from Musashi Industrial and Starflight Concern.
I love that.
Harbinger of the entire Hull series and littlest workhorse of the line. Now, I'm not supposed to espouse all of its virtues here, but really, just look how adorable it is. I just want to give it a little hug and tell it what a good job it's doing. Note, if I didn't just talk about how adorable it is and wanting to hug it, someone made me re-record this. And when you're done flying your Hull A low above Microtech's first river and testbed for the new River Tech that will roll out across planets and moons in subsequent patches, you can return to port with the biggest feature of Alpha 317 yet, bind to key ATC landing.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Thank you, Jilted.
Slow-mo lulz.
You like them slow-mos? Thank you, Jilted. And I am the danger. I am the one who knocks. And after party is going to be great because we're going to be watching some Mongrel video. That's an hour long, which is great. My boys Mongrel, been waiting for a video from them forever. So there's going to be a lot of danger at the after party. So stick around for that fun after the Inside Star Citizen review.
Look at it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, he says.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that MISC continues to be at the industrial forefront with the Expanse refinery vehicle, and that the full concept reveal is just around the corner. That little things like ATC bind to key are the quality of life improvements that come through your feedback throughout all of development. And that with ship-to-ship refueling, vendor selling, and quantum under the hood, Alpha 317 is shaping up to be another big step forward in recognizing the full potential of life in the verse. Now that's it for ISC this quarter, but keep an eye out on the robertspaceindustries.com website for info on the 317 release, the upcoming MISC Expanse, as well as a merch sale that's just around the corner, and then hang out with Jeremiah and I one more time right here in LA tomorrow on Twitch ahead of my eventual relocation to the UK.
I'm going to try and hit that. I don't know if I'm going to hit that, but that'll be nice. I'm going to be here tomorrow morning. Don't leave if you're here live, guys. We're going to have ourselves an after party with the Mongrel boys and watch some great content, have ourselves some beers and some laughs. And tomorrow morning, obviously, oh, shit, what's going on here? What?
Okay. Oh, that was loud. Hey, I like my colors. I like my colors. Whew, I almost missed my chair. Have you ever found a critical JIRA assigned to an employee that hasn't worked there?
Jared has so many different looks, man. I was just checking out like did you see the greaser? Did you see the the greaser version, DG? Or Jared? Here, hold on. Where's the greaser version, Jared? Hold on. There's so many different Jared looks here.
Okay. Oh, that was loud. Hey, I like my colors. I like my colors.
There. Greasers. Where's Pony Boy at, man? Fucking outsiders right here. Look at Greaser Jared here. I don't think I remember that version of Jared.
Have you ever found a critical JIRA assigned to an employee that hasn't worked there for years? Had you ever shown up for a stand-up that no one told you had been canceled? Have you ever had everything working perfectly on staging, but wouldn't even boot up in the presentation room?
Santa Jared was great.
What kind of games did you invent as a kid? Have you ever shown up to a stand-up and you were the only one there? Have you ever gotten lost in a gaming convention? Have you ever clicked send halfway through I forgot what I was supposed to say here. Have you ever lit a scene only to discover you're 300% over the entity budget? Have you ever killed a man?
Have you ever killed a man? Thank you, Hammer. What's up, bro? Damn. Look at this man. 19 months. Special alert for Mr. Dookie. How you doing, Hammer Dookie? Good seeing you. Did Jared just say, have you ever killed a man?
In the dead of winter, just to watch the steam rise from his wounds. Have you ever been tempted to set all your JIRAs to resolved and just make a run for it? Nope, that's not good. I don't remember the last time I stood up for a stand-up. You tell us this is going to be a good start. I got a trophy for spaceships. I gave it to myself.
There's so much wrong with Jared.
I'm going to have to get a haircut at some point. I'm just wasting camera time. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? They gave me a special fashion hoodie. Sometimes I just stick my fingers under my arms. Oh, the weather outside is weather. Honestly, I'm just getting really bad at this. Have you ever found 4 copies of the same Confluence page and had no idea which was the updated one? Did you know the human head weighs just 14 pounds? Just mine.
There's some dark twisted shit going inside. Imagine his job for the past how many years has he been doing this, man? There's a lot of dark thoughts in Jared's head. There's a lot of humor in this, but trust me, I would say a good 50 to 60% of shit he's actually imagined. Like a lot of that dark shit. Right.
It's been a long road. I'd never done a crazy thing in my life before that night. Do you have a JIRA for that?
That's funny, Death. I imagine that's actually how it is. I've seen him stream before, and he's usually not streaming Star Citizen, which is hilarious. And, if you did this for a living, I wonder how many of people who are working at Cloud Imperium actually stream Star Citizen. That would be the ultimate commitment. Like, if I saw somebody who worked at Cloud Imperium and then streamed Star Citizen, I'd be like, dude, get this guy a raise. Get this guy a raise. So this is awesome. That was an awesome Inside Star Citizen review. If you guys are here live, thank you for joining me. Do not leave. Do not go anywhere. We are going to be having an after party, and it is going to be amazing. So do not go anywhere. If you're watching on YouTube, remember, smash that like, subscribe, get notifications, tap that bell. It makes it feel good. And let's go. After party time, guys. After party time.